Okay, today we're taking notes on Algebra 9.5, which is factoring trinomials. If you take a look in your notes in the middle of your packet. Here we go. All right, so when we're taking trinomials like x squared plus 7x plus 12, big thing to remember, the rule for today is find the factors of c that will add up to b. Remember, you have an a value, a b value, and a c value. In this one, the a value is 1. You're not going to need to worry about that. The b value is 7, and the c value is 12. All right, so we want the factors of c, so that's 12, that add up to b, and that is your b value is 7. So for some factors of 12, we could have 1 times 12. That's 12. We could have 2 times 6. That's 12. We could also have 3 times 4. That is 12. But when I take and I add them together, 1 plus 12 is 13. So that doesn't work. We want to add to give us 7. We have 2 plus 6, but that's 8. So that won't work. So we want it to be 7. 3 plus 4, that's 7. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. So the factors that work, that multiply together to give us 12, but add together to give us 7 would be 3 and 4. So for our answer here, if we have the variable they've chosen is x, so we're going to continue with that. X plus 3 times x plus 4 is our answer. That is factoring this trinomial. So you're turning it into 2 binomials. Keep in mind, if you did the FOIL method on this first, outer, inner, last, you would actually end up with what you started with, which is x squared plus 7x plus 12. Let's take a look at the next one. Same process. The factors of c that add up to b. Obviously, here is a typo. The c value on this one is 10. So we want to multiply to give us 10, but add to give us our b value, which is 7. So the factors of c that add up to b. So to get 10, we could go 1 times 10, and we could go, let's see, 2 times 5. 1 plus 10 is 11. 2 plus 5 is 7. I want it to be 7, so here it goes. 2 and 5 are the factors that will satisfy this parameter of having the sum be 10. I'm sorry, the multiplication or the factors be 10, but the sum be 7. So the factors of c, 2 times 5 is 10, that will add up to b, 2 plus 5 is 7. So we're going to have then for our 2 binomials, once again they chose x as their variable, so x plus 2 times x plus 5. On both of these we chose plus because we have a positive answer. For the next one it says a little bit different here on the next one. So we have factors, we're going to factor in d squared minus 17d plus 42, a little different here because the b value is a negative 1. So keep that in mind. So once again, the factors of c, so obviously it's not 12, it's 42, that add up to b, which on this one it is negative 17. Okay, so let's see. So multiplying together to give us 42. Let's see. I would go 1 times 42. But keep this in mind. 1 times 42 is 42. But 1 plus 42 is 43. There's no way I'm ever going to get a negative. The only way to get a negative when you add, but a positive when you multiply, is to have both of the terms, both of the factors, be negative. Negative 1 times negative 42 is positive 42. Negative 1 plus negative 42 is negative 43. I'm way off. I want this to be down to negative 17. Let me try 6 and 7. I know those ones. Once again, they both have to be negative. So that when I multiply, I get positive 42. When I add them, let's see, negative 6 and negative 7, that's negative 13. I'm getting closer. How about 3 and 14? Once again, both need to be negative. Negative 3 times negative 14 is positive 42. And negative 3 plus negative 14 is negative 17. Yay, found it. Okay, so we're going to have here the variable they chose on this one is d. So we plug in d to my binomials. So we're going to have d. Now this one says negative 3, so it's minus 3. And D, this one says negative 14, so it's minus 14. Okay, moving on. Very similar problem. Okay, the factors of C, which is 25, that add up to B, which is negative 10. Okay, so let's see. To get to get 25, 5 and 5. But once again, 5 times 5 is 25, but I'm not going to get a negative, so I'm going to let me make them both negative. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25, but negative 5 plus negative 5 is negative 10. Even though there is another factor of 25, I could have done 25 and 1. I already have my answer here, so I can stop. I don't have to go any further. So we're going to have, for the variable they chose was k, so it's k, negative 5, so minus 5 times k minus 5. Last different type. And look at these little stars. They do give you some good tips. But taking a look at this one, I have a negative c value, so it's going to change it up a little bit here. So I have this time the factors of negative 27 and the sum, so the factors of c that add up to b, which is 6. So let's see, what numbers together times together to give me 27? Let's try 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is positive 27. I want it to be negative 27. Let me try to make this negative 9 times 3. Negative 9 times 3 is negative 27. Good. However, negative 9 plus 3 is negative 6. I want this to be a positive 6. So let me switch it and put the negative on the 3 instead. 9 times negative 3, say negative 3 is negative 27. 9 plus negative 3 is positive 6. That is what I'm looking for. So for this one, they chose m. So we're going to have m plus 9 times m minus 3. Now, on here, here's 3 problems to try on your own. If you want to pause the video, you can do that right now. So just press pause. And I'm going to go through these 3 problems, but why don't you try them first? Okay, you should have tried the 3 problems. Here we go. So I want to multiply to give me negative 20 and add to give me 8. So I have, let's see, negative 2 times 10. Negative 2 times 10 is negative 20. Negative 2 plus 10 is 8. So I'm going to have for my answer then m minus 2 times m plus 10. For the next one, multiplying to give me negative 40, but adding to give me negative 3. So let's see, 8 times negative 5, let's try. 8 times negative 5 is negative 40, but 8 plus negative 5 is positive 3. So let me flip around that negative sign. Negative 8 times 5 is negative 40. Negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3. There's our winner. So we're going to have then, they chose p, so p minus 8 times p plus 5. Okay, our last one. Here we go. So let's see. The factors of c that add up to b. B value, there's one y, so our b value is 1. So let's see, 7 times 8. Oh, one of them has to be negative, so let's try negative on the first one. So negative 7 times 8 is negative 56. Negative 7 plus 8 is positive 1. So we're going to have then y minus 7 times y plus 8. And that's it. Good luck with your homework.